Alexandra Eala's dream run continues. She completes a hat-trick of wins over Grand Slam champions. And this, the best of the lot, as she takes down the world #2 and 5-time major champion Iga Swiatek to make the Miami Open semi-final. Incredible. And you can understand the disbelief on her face. She'd only ever won 2 WTA matches coming into the Miami Open. And now she's in the semi-finals of a WTA 1000 tournament. Quite amazing. Once again, a phenomenal display of attacking tennis, of core strength, but mostly of great belief and composure. As she defeats Iga Swiatek in straight sets, 6-2, 7-5, to make the last 4.
Oh my goodness, that was simply stunning, wasn't it? She was a picture of poise, of presence, of self-assurance. Swiatek, I think, will be understandably disappointed with her performance today, but it was Alexandra Eala's stage. Her 3rd Grand Slam champion defeated here in Miami. And it's just baffling to me that she did manage to remain so composed, bearing in mind she was clearly so emotional at the end there. Wow.
Can she go all the way? It's never happened here, a wildcard making the final. She has gone the furthest that a wildcard has ever gone by making the semi-finals, along with Justine Henin in 2010 and Victoria Azarenka in 2018. And no wonder Miami has her heart. What an extraordinary achievement.
Well, she's almost in disbelief at the end, but from start to finish, she was so poised, wasn't she? And she really did believe she could do it.
Well, for those who stayed up in Manila, it would have been worth it for them. It's 10 to 3 a.m. back in the Philippines. And she is, well, turning into an absolute megastar. She'll become a top 100 player as well. That's guaranteed. We'll move to 75 in the world rankings. I mean, who saw this coming? We're struggling to win back-to-back matches at ITF level coming into the tournament.
Alex, I have so many questions for you, but first of all, Jelena Ostapenko, Grand Slam champion. Madison Keys, Grand Slam champion. Iga Swiatek, 5 times a Grand Slam champion. You have beaten all of them to make it into this round at the tournament. I mean, to the semifinals. It's spectacular.
I don't know what to say. I'm in complete just disbelief right now, and I'm on cloud 9. So thank you everybody who came to watch. And thanks to everyone who's watching from home.
I'm holding on my phone right now a photograph of you graduating the Rafael Nadal Academy. Iga Swiatek is next to you in that photograph. In your wildest dreams, did you think that you would beat her 2 years later and that you would be standing on one of the biggest stages in tennis?
It's so surreal because I feel like I'm the exact same person that I was in that photo. But of course, circumstances have changed, and I'm so happy and so blessed to be able to compete with such a player on this stage.
When you take a look at your game today, your serve, the way you were moving Iga around the court, what do you think it was about the way you played today that made it possible for this victory?
That's a heavy question. I don't know. My coach told me to run, to go for every ball, take all the opportunities I can, because 5-time Grand Slam champion is not gonna give you the win.
Very emotional for you, very emotional for your camp today. Will you remember this day for the rest of your life? It is the biggest day of your career here at the Miami Open.
It's forever in my heart.
And you're forever in our hearts. Way to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Eala. Let's hear it for Alex. Will you sign some
Seems
tennis balls?
so grounded, so refreshing as well to witness just what it means to her. We saw the amazing celebrations after she beat Madison Keys, jumping into the crowd, hugging all of her family and coach. It was more of a reaction of disbelief, as if she can't believe she's made it through. But having said all of that, Pippa, I mean, watching her try and close out that match, it looked like she'd been there a million times before.
Yeah, it certainly did, and that was what was so baffling to me. You're absolutely right. It was a reaction of complete disbelief, but she was extremely self-assured. We saw that from the moment she walked out onto court today. That's what she said after her match against Madison Keys. I believed I could win, and she absolutely believed that she could beat Iga Swiatek today as well. I think she has a wisdom, doesn't she, that is well beyond her years. She was absolutely brilliant today. Even when she was 4-2 down, she didn't panic. She kept her composure. And boy, oh boy, that was some way to close it out.
As far as Iga Swiatek is concerned, where does she go now? I mean, it's got to be a bitter pill to swallow, losing a match like that. First time she's lost to a player outside the world's top 100 for 4 years.
Well, undoubtedly, she wasn't at her best today. 19 unforced errors in the first set. I think she actually may have, I need to have a look at the stats, but she may have actually doubled the total of Eala's unforced errors. And you know, we're not used to seeing that from Iga Swiatek, but it is difficult to maintain such a high level. You know, it's one thing winning Grand Slams. Of course, she has 5 of them, but to keep her position and to keep that level for a sustained period of time is a huge challenge, and I do think people underestimate that.
Yeah, there'll be many more questions to come as far as Świątek is concerned. She'll turn her attention to the European clay court swing. As for Eala, talk us through the stats.
Well, there's confirmation of the number of unforced errors that Świątek hit, 28. So she was a little bit out of sorts today, but that was Alexandra Eala's stage. She was absolutely fantastic. Off the serve, she neutralized the Świątek first serve, was really aggressive off the Świątek second serve. Finished with 16 winners. And of course, majority of those were off the forehand wing. She was really dominant, particularly in that first set, in hitting that forehand down the line. Fantastic performance.
Really was. I mean, just the 12 unforced errors, having more winners than unforced errors. I haven't seen that all that often this week, really throughout the whole tournament. Most players with more unforced errors than winners, but that just shows you how well Alexandra Eala is playing. Can she go the whole way? Well, to do that, she's going to have to get past either Emma Raducanu or Jess Pegula. They are up 7 p.m. local time. That's 11 p.m. GMT. And the winner of that one will play the winner of the match in the other semi-final between Sabalenka and Paolini. It's a fantastic last 5 players remaining, because it should be a brilliant quarter-final later on tonight. And of course, all players are trying to get themselves in the mix for the WTA finals in Riyadh in November. But that feels like a long way off right now. But that is a damaging loss, you might say, to Świątek's hopes of being there.